Hey friends, I've spent the last 20 years as a wellness architect, and I've watched an industry that I love make the same mistake over and over again. We've led people to believe that what our hearts most want is something that you can purchase. A peptide, a protocol, a personalized longevity plan. We've turned healing into optimization, connection into metrics, belonging into an app. And the data shows we're failing. Gen Z is the most wellness engaged generation on record. They track everything, optimize everything, and they're more anxious, more lonely, more depressed than any generation before them because you can't biohack your way to happiness. 14 years ago, we built Aro Ha on a different premise, that the most powerful longevity intervention isn't in a lab, it's at the dinner table. That before we reach for the levers of optimization, we need to clear the lenses we see through. That real transformation requires us to return to rhythms our biology actually recognizes. Here's what I mean. Most people arrive at Aro Ha trying to solve problems of belief, or what I call lenses, with solutions using external levers. They're using methods to try and fix a meaning crisis, or cryotherapy to process grief, or sleep tech, when what they really need is a sense of safety. We approach this differently here, from the inside out. We start with lenses, the internal architecture, the parts running the show. We help people build psychological coherence, self-leadership, and internal harmony. Because without that foundation, nothing else aligns. Then we use rhythms, returning to what our biology evolved for. Movement in nature, real food from healthy biomes, sunrise, sunset, face-to-face human connection. Not instead of technology, but before we reach for it. And only then we consider levers, the biohacks, the biomarkers, the optimization, not as a bypass, but as a potential amplification. And here's the thing that still surprises me after supporting over 10,000 guests on their path. When we get the sequence right, the body remembers. Biological age reverses by up to 2 years within a week. Heart rate variability jumps. Sleep architecture transforms. Not because we're doing anything radical, but because we're removing the barriers to what the body already knows how to do. Why does that happen? It's not just the breath work, not the hiking, not even the daily body work, although those are all individually powerful. It's that we create connection. We do everything together. We share space with our human family. We create conditions to actually see each other, to share what is true for us, to discover we're not alone in our experiences. What the longevity clinics don't typically tell you is community is in our biology. When you feel seen, when you feel safe, when you feel connected, your nervous system knows, your cells respond. Inflammation drops, telomeres lengthen. The body says, I can heal now. We're in an interesting moment right now. Wellness is at a crossroads. One path leads deeper into isolation, more AI, more personalization, more optimization, alone in our homes or in our luxury lodges with our wearables and our protocols. The other path leads back to what we've always known, that healing happens in relationship, that transformation requires surrender, not control. That the foundations of longevity start inside. Humans gathering in nature, sharing food, moving together, remembering what it feels like to be alive. Not instead of science, through it, with it. Science that serves our highest state of consciousness rather than depleting it. That's the story I want to tell with you. not another retreat for rich people, but the untold story of what happens when we reorient, clarify our lenses, support natural rhythms, and leverage technological insights to create the future we sense is possible. I have a dream of a world where we refuse to let wellness become one more thing we do alone, because the algorithm can track your HRV, but it can't hold you when you need a good cry. It can tell you how to optimize your sleep, but it can't be in awe of your breakthrough. It can extend your lifespan, but only a healthy inner and outer community can make your life worth living. Thank you.